Hello and welcome to Solent Journalism. I'm Bethany Lawrence and here are your news updates at 3 o'clock. Self-harm records reached an all-time high in Southampton last year. According to Public Health England, this was the highest rate of hospital admissions since 2010. Our health reporter Paige Creaney tells us more.
The latest figures from Public Health England make shocking reading. They show that there were more than 1,000 hospital admissions for self-harm in Southampton last year. That is the highest figure since doctors started collecting the statistics 10 years ago. Nationally, hospital admissions for self-harm have reached over 100,000 in the last year, although that is down slightly from the peak 6 years ago. Admission rates in the more deprived areas across the country were 241 in every 100,000. Considerably higher than the less deprived areas.
More information about how to protect your mental well-being can be found on Solent Minds. A new project has been launched that aims to help job seekers suffering with their mental health. This is between Southampton City Council and Job Centre Plus. They will have professional mental health advisors working at the job centre to support those in the workplace. Hampshire police have been receiving a number of complaints from the Chinese community to report cases of racial abuse because of the coronavirus. Victims have been verbally assaulted, one had a stone thrown at her, and another was refused access onto a bus because he had been wearing a medical face mask. These incidents are now being investigated by the local police. University of Southampton staff take another strike for up to 2 weeks, the second in nearly 6 months. Students could miss 10 days' worth of lessons due to the lecturers' problems with pay, pensions and working conditions. Killian Rodder is a modern foreign languages student and has been affected by the strikes.
I'm not too annoyed by it, to be honest, and I kind of agree with the strikes anyway. You know, they've got a valid reason for striking. From like, fair enough, you guys go strike, just give us the access to the content we need to know, and then I'm okay with it. It's only when it really affects assessments and stuff, and it's a bit annoying.
Ever wondered how you can change up your wardrobe whilst donating to charity? Reso is a student-run shop who are holding an event next week where customers can exchange their current clothes for new and exciting pieces which have also been donated. Our reporter Suneva Moore visited the store today.
For just £1, you can head to Reso in the Marlin Centre next Wednesday to make sustainable changes to your wardrobe. The idea of the event is that you can either bring in your unwanted clothing to swap or you can donate money in exchange for tokens. All money raised from the clothes swap will go towards the Brain Tumour charity. I spoke with Lauren Grist earlier, the founder of the event, and she explained her hopes for next week and the future.
I have a good feeling that this event will have a good turnout, as students especially are conscious about sustainability. Although this is my first event, I'm hoping this will be the first of many, and possibly even lead to setting up my own events business in the future. I'm super excited to see where this goes.
If you want to get involved, make sure you head down to the Reso shop and find some new pieces to add to your wardrobe.
The Art House Cafe in Southampton is nearly a third of the way to raising its £25,000 target. This money will be going towards renovation and an improvement in their events. You can donate through their website at thearthousesouthampton.org or on Facebook. Lauren Borthwick has more on this.
2 weeks after our visit to the Art House, they are still fundraising for the upkeep of their business, where they intend to make the menu simpler and cheaper and have an emergency fund for the future. They have raised just over £8,500 of their £25,000 target, which they intend to reach by March. With the rise of vegan availability in Southampton, it means the cafe hasn't done so well in previous years, and last year's fundraiser fell £10,000 short. With the money they raised, they hope to reconstruct the business and focus less on food and more on the art, music and creative writing events that take place. You can find out how to donate on their website or Facebook page. This is Lauren Borthwick for Solent Journalism.
Nearly 2 billion of the new polymer £20 notes have been printed and are being distributed across the country from today. The famous purple banknote will now feature a portrait of British artist J.M.W. Turner and a signature from Sarah John, the UK's chief cashier. As these go into circulation, half of the country's cash machines should be stocking them within the next fortnight. Sports now. The Premier League are back from their winter break, Southampton take on Villa, and our sports correspondent Luke Henry has more on this. Luke, what's the latest?
Thanks, Beth. Yes, so the visitors can cut the gap to 3 points against Southampton which could drag them back into the relegation zone. It's a crucial game for the away side. They are stuck on 25 points and just above the bottom three. Southampton, though, will be without Nathan Redmond, who is injured, as well as Sofian Boufal. Carl Walker-Peters, who made his debut last week, is also ruled out. Moving on from the South Coast to Bournemouth this time, it's another must-win game. They travel to Burnley at Turf Moor. They're 16th with 26 points, Burnley on 34 points and 11th. Big news for Bournemouth though, Josh King will return following injury and his transfer deadline fell bid from Manchester United. When Brighton saw this fixture at the start of the season, they might have thought it'd be a relegation six-pointer. However, it could be no more different. They take on Sheffield United, who are in the race for the top four. They are 6th currently with 39 points, Albion 15th with 27 points, and have not played at Bramall Lane since they lost 3-1. That was back in 2006. Elsewhere, we have to talk about Portsmouth, who are through to the Leasing.com Trophy final, following their dramatic win against Exeter in midweek, with John Markey scoring in the 96th minute. One defeat in 13, and a couple of games in hand in the league, and only 4 points off top. Kenny Jackett's side are firmly in the title race. They take on Joey Parkwood's Fleetwood, and then they turn their attentions to the FA Cup, where they face Arsenal.
Thanks, Luke. Will you be giving anything up for Lent this year? Social media, takeaways or coffee? These are just some of the endless list of things to take a break from in 2020. Our reporter Rhiannon Ray tells us more about the history of Lent.
With Lent just around the corner, starting on Ash Wednesday, many Christians are looking to focus their time on their faith. Lent is one of the most important times of the year for Christians all around the world. It is the 6-week period leading up to Easter, where those who believe in God choose to give up one luxury item, such as chocolate, meat or alcohol, and to test their belief in Christianity. Some have even chosen to give up material items, such as watching TV, to dedicate more of their personal time. Lent is due to end on Holy Saturday, the day before Easter Sunday. Lent is there for Christians to reflect on the time Jesus sacrificed and withdrew himself into the desert for 40 days. For those who are not Christians and would still like to take part in the 40 days of giving up, there are a few less traditional ways, such as clearing out one item a day for the 40-day period, having a social media detox, or saying something nice once a day. This has been Rhiannon Ray reporting for Solent Journalism.
The West Quay Festival of Light returns for another year, which means it's time to head down to the Esplanade to see some brightly coloured displays. This is fun and free for all and will be running until February the 23rd. That's all from us for now. You can find all our stories and more at solentjournalism.co.uk. Make sure to check out our TV bulletin at 3:45.